Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this NXT End of the Year Awards. So we did this last year. They've done this for the past few years where you can actually vote on the WWE.com website for a lot of different categories to do with WWE NXT, right? So we've got like the best PLE show of the year. We've got match of the year. We've got tag team of the year. We've got female superstar of the year, male superstar of the year, and we've got this one here, moment of the year. So we're going to work our way down through them. I haven't actually looked at them yet, so some of these are going to be a bit of a surprise. We might have to test the memory a little bit, but let's do a walk, shall we? Look, moment of the year. So Tyrese Halliburton cuts down the Orlando crowd. That obviously didn't do it for me because I believe he's like a football player or an NBA player, so he didn't mean anything to me. I don't follow those sports, so not for me, that one. Jada Parker smashing a brick on Lola Vice. I seem to recall that she kicked out after she got hit with it, and that really bugged me because if you're going to smash someone in the face with a brick, like, I'm pretty sure that should finish the match. It didn't, and so I can't vote for that as a result. Carmelo Hayes turning on Trick Williams. This is right at the beginning of the year. We're going all the way back to the start of 2024. It was a big moment. We'd been waiting for it for quite a while. I've got to say that's my front runner at the moment, but I think it is beaten by Trick Williams winning his first NXT title. And that one actually is quite special for me because I'd just been to see NXT live in Florida. I happened to be in Florida in April, and I'm pretty sure I'm still in Florida when he wins the title. I saw him at what must have been the last house show he did, or one of the last house shows he did before he won that championship. So I remember this moment. I remember it being around the time I was in America for it, and that one has got like a personal thing for me. So I think that might be my vote. Joe Hendry in NXT. Joe Hendry, I've got a weird relationship with Joe Hendry in the sense of I don't hate him, but I'm not on board with his gimmick because I don't watch TNA. So I've just seen him doing what he's been doing in NXT. I sort of feel like you get it or you don't get it. I mean, it's easy to understand what he's doing, but I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. I can't find myself caring for Joe Hendry. So not that. Ethan Page falls into winning the NXT title. That's going to be a hard moment to vote for because he just sort of fell over and won the title. So, I mean, it was a shock, I suppose. But I've not been crazy about Ethan Page's booking since he's arrived. And been quite critical of that recently, actually, what went down this week on NXT. If you want to see my thoughts on that, you can check out the review for this week's episode. So, yeah, not really feeling these. Wes Lee turning on Zach Wentz and Trey Miguel. That was great. I really like that. I thought that was excellent. So, I think Trick Williams winning his first title is my number one. I think that might be my number two, actually, with Carmelo turning on Trick at number three. Julia's debut was really fun. That was a moment. That really was a moment to actually see her arriving. I can't put it above Trick winning that title, though. That really felt like a moment. She's going to have a moment like that when she wins the championship, of course. But, yeah, you know, I think the thing is Trick's played second fiddle to Carmelo for quite a long time. So to see him stepping out and emerging as his own superstar, it was a hell of a moment. And he is so over. Although we don't know how the controversial finish against Eddie Thorpe's going to have changed that now. So, yeah, I'm still riding with this one. NXT launch on the CW network in Chicago. It was really fun, wasn't it? It was really fun, that. I really liked St. Louis the week after as well, though. I thought St. Louis was really good as well. So both of those shows kind of merge into one a little bit for me. So, yeah, it was really good. but I'm still sticking with Trick winning the title. 10-woman tag match main event ECW. I wasn't really that keen on it, to be honest. I thought it was all right, but I wouldn't say it was a moment of the year. Chase U calendar set. Oh, I loved that. I loved it. We had so much fun with that calendar. I can't put it above Trick. I didn't think anything would be above that, actually, but I did enjoy the calendar thing. That was just a really fun little comedy thing they did, you know? And you couldn't get those calendars over here. It was an absolute disgrace. So there we go. I've done my votes for moment of the year. Okay, so male superstar of the year: Ethan Page, Tony D'Angelo, Obafemi, Trick Williams. This, for me, there's two options. You're either going to go Trick Williams, where he's won the championship, he had that feud with Carmelo, stepped out of Carmelo's shadow, went on to win the title, super over. I feel like it's his year. I feel like this is Trick's year. But Obafemi is hard to ignore. Hard to ignore. I feel like Tony's done well. And Ethan obviously has come in and made an impression, but there's just no debate in my mind. It's Trick Williams. So Trick Williams, second place though would be Obafemi, but who knows? Maybe 2025 is going to be Obafemi's year. Right, this is going to be tough, mate. This is going to be tough. So NXT year-end awards, female superstar of the year. I think Roxanne, it's got to be, hasn't it? And it's just so boring because we're just going with the champions. But Roxanne has had an amazing year. You know, her being a heel and holding on to that championship as long as she has. She's had banging matches. She's had a great year. Lola won Most Improved the other day. Jada might just be my favourite. Kalani has actually slipped a little in my pecking order. I was really on board with Kalani, but I didn't think her title reign was all that great. So actually, Kalani has took a bit of a knock for me this year. I think it's got to be Roxanne. There we go, Roxanne. So we've done male superstar, we've done female, we've done moment. Let's go tag team. How do you go with anyone other than Nathan Frazier and Axiom? Again, we're just going champions, which is super dull. Second place would be Metaphor with Lash and Jakara. I think they've been excellent. Chase U, I mean, we've had different combinations of Chase U. I wouldn't even know which two we were talking about there. Hank and Tank, not for me, you know. I think we're starting to see some decent stuff from them. Like, they had an all right match the other day, but tag team of the year, I wouldn't even have them on this list. So Nathan Frazier, Axiom, for me, it's not even close. And whoever they would be second. Lash and Jakara. So we've done male, we've done female, we've done moment. Oh, we've only got 2 left to go. Match of the year, show of the year. Let's have a look at match of the year, shall we? Now, that was a banger, mate. Elia against Trick, I absolutely loved. Obafemi against Josh Briggs against Dijak. Dijak always delivered in his PLE matches, and that was a lot of fun, you know. That was right up there. Nathan Frazier, Axiom against Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. Excellent. Fraxium matches are always great. Roxanne Perez against Thea Hale. Don't really get that, to be honest. She's had better matches, Roxanne Perez, than that match. I would not have had that on this list, to be honest. I thought Thea Hale did really well in that match, but I don't know. I've seen better Roxanne Perez matches this year. Women's Iron Survivor Challenge was really fun. So was the men's. Kalani Jordan against Sol Ruka for the women's North American title. That was, if I remember right, was that not a little bit off? I seem to recall the timing of this and some of the moves didn't quite hit as hard as you would have liked. Like, sort of felt a bit like going through the motions. Maybe I'm not remembering the right match that they had in 2024, but I do remember them having a high-profile match, and I'm sure it's this one, where, you know, they were doing all this very attractive-looking stuff, but the final results, that final blow just always looked quite wispy to me. We've said this before, where you've got people that are flipping all over the place. That's great. You know, really impressive doing all this, but you're doing it so that that final connection has got a little bit more momentum, a little bit more pop behind it. So you can do all these flips, but that final blow better look real good. There's no point doing all this other stuff if, you know, by the time you make contact with the opponent, it looks like really weak. And I just remember that being a match that really suffered from that. Women's Iron Survivor Challenge, really enjoyed. Obviously, Julia getting the win, which was a bit of a surprise. I thought Stephanie was going to win it. Doesn't mark it down. Ren showing out, Solruka showing out. It was really good. Let's. Do you know what? I've already given Trick a lot of love, right? And I'm really torn. The women's division deserves recognition. I'm going to go Women's Iron Survivor for that reason. And then, what was the other one? Show of the year. Okay, NXT Year-End Awards, Best PLE/Show of the Year. Well, they've got loads here, actually. So they got New Year's Evil from earlier in the year, Vengeance Day, Roadblock, Stand and Deliver, Spring Breaking, Battleground, Great American Bash, Heatwave, No Mercy, Halloween Havoc, NXT 2300, which of course was the ECW show, and Deadline. I thought the ECW show was a bit underwhelming. It was not extreme enough, you know. If you're going to do an extreme ECW themed show, then you better go extreme. And it didn't, you know, it didn't. I know that you can't really ask for much because it's WWE and whatever, and it's like PG and all that, but I don't know. If you're going to take the break off, take the break off. No, I just didn't feel like they did. It's hard to remember all of the matches, actually, and all of the things from these events. But there is one thing that sticks into my mind, and that was when Deadline concluded, I remember saying that's one of the best shows I've seen from NXT in a long time. So for me, like, we could take a walk down all these matches and all of these shows, but I know that that one stood out. And I know that that one was one that really did kind of shine through. And I'm going to have to go with Deadline. I think Deadline is my pick for all of these. And I think that might be it. So we've done male superstar, female superstar, tag team, moment, and match of the year. So we've done them all. We've actually managed to get all of those voted. So let me know in the comments which way you would go with these polls, or which way you have gone with these polls. I believe you've got until, I don't know when, actually. I don't know when you've got till. I would say get it done ASAP. And I don't know when the awards are being handed out or anything like that, but as we said, you can get voting right now. So thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.